Welcome to the Activity Time Podcast, hosted by the SLE Marketing Team.
Welcome back, Dons. Thank you for joining us back for another episode of Activity Time. I'm Emilio.
And I'm Macy.
And we're the SLE Marketing Team.
In last week's episode, we got together to discuss something very special. We uncovered all the hacks and student discounts we have both been taking advantage of.
Today, we are going to do something special for the month of love. We really wanted to introduce the 5 love languages to you all.
And his #1 New York Times bestseller, The 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman, he presents a simple truth. Relationships grow better when we understand each other. We all give and receive love differently, but with a little insight into these differences, we can be confidently equipped to communicate love well.
So again, because February is the month of love, today Macy and we just took a quiz that determines one of the 5 love languages, like which one we associate with the most. So we will be sharing with you a little bit about our results. And Macy, do you want to take it away on what we plan to do after with that?
Yeah, so really, it was a really fun experience. Emilio and we took the quiz together, and like he said, we want to come and discuss, do a bit of self-reflecting about, our results, and share this experience with you all. We encourage you all to spread nothing but love and gratitude this semester.
Something too that we'll make sure to put and link it below here, even in our captions, is where we took the quiz. It's called 5lovelanguages.com. Again, this video is not sponsored, but we just thought it was a fun tool to use and help us determine to get to know ourselves a little bit more and see if it was accurate. Yeah.
So yeah, there's 5 love languages, and I think we can just get right into it. Just kind of talk a little bit, about all 5. So the first one that we have is words of affirmation. This love language expresses love with words. Verbal compliments do not have to be complicated. The shortest and simple praises can get the job done. So, an example of this is sending an unexpected note, text, or a card to someone that you love, genuinely encouraging them throughout their day and just simply telling them you love them.
Mhm. The second one is physical touch. So, to people with this love language, nothing is more impactful than the physical touch from someone they love. They do feel more connected and safe with someone they love by holding hands, kissing, hugging, etc. And even like making intimacy as a thoughtful priority, basically.
Yeah. Another love language that we have is receiving gifts. This love language isn't necessarily materialistic. It just means that a meaningful or thoughtful gift makes someone you love feel loved and appreciated. Something as simple as picking up a pint of their favorite ice cream after a long work week can make a huge impact on their lives. Yeah.
The next one is quality time. Activity time, quality time, get it? This love language is all about undivided attention. So, like, no televisions, no smartphones, or any other distractions. It's really all about uninterrupted and focused conversation. Something that I like to think of it is like, create a special moment together, take walks and sit down and just do small things with your partner or a friend or a loved one, really, or even weekend getaways are huge, especially with the upcoming holidays this semester.
Oh, that is so sweet. That is so true. There's nothing better than quality time. And there's also acts of services as a love language. So this language expresses itself by doing things that a special someone would like. You could cook a meal for them, do their laundry, or pick up a prescription that they've been holding off on. It's just doing these small little acts of services for them that makes them truly feel like you've been thinking about them, and it shows that you're putting the time and effort to keep them happy. So yeah, it's important to note that we got all of these descriptions from the blog Created with Love. They really broke it down for us to really understand, and yeah, that's something that we've been learning about these past couple of days.
So the real question is, which I'm sure y'all are probably wondering, is what are our top what would we say the most um, associated love language we affiliate ourselves with.
Yeah,
Um, Macy, do you want to share what your top one was, and just kind of go with the different order of the percentages
of
on,
course.
on the list?
Yeah. So my top love language is actually physical touch. It came in with a big 40%. So really, it just means that I am very touchy. Like, there's no surprise. I love to hug. I love having back rubs. I love holding hands. Anything that I can feel like close to someone. So anything like holding hands, like I said, I feel close to someone, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, I think it just comes in bigs. It makes me feel secure and just, very belonging. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Um, okay. Oh, what were you gonna say, Macy? Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, no, go ahead. What was your number one?
Yes. So if y'all have not caught on already, I kind of like hinted it, but mine is quality time. I got 33% on that. And really what quality time means to me, again, I just tend to relate more with people physically in person. So or just face to face, like again, like what I'm doing right now with Macy, just having a casual conversation. And um I just find that more impactful and just very um wholesome when I'm with someone. So um versus just, I don't know. I guess you could say I'm a little old fashioned about things like that. I have a little I find it a little tough talking about myself, especially when it comes to like love and all that. So this is like new for me, but um but yeah, like for example, like I'm actually going to be meeting with a special someone this weekend for Valentine's Day. Um and we'll actually be going out, hanging out and stuff. And I like doing that kind of stuff. Of course, it's a safe outing. So um but even again, like just hanging out with friends, going through the parks, working out, um, eating food, cooking, watching movies, um, I just find those kind of things really, those stick with me more. And it kind of shows how much those people really care about you, and to like as you continue to meet up more and more. So, um, but yeah, that's me.
No,
Yeah.
I like that. That's it's surprising because my second one is actually quality time too. And I agree with everything that you said. It's just that moment where you can really be focused and give all your attention to that special someone.
Mhm.
And doing an activity, like that's fun too. Like me and my boyfriend went and we rode like the electric scooters. And for me that was fun. Like that was like the best thing ever.
Mhm.
So
I
yeah.
would say too, like about yours, Macy, about physical touch. I think that's something a lot of people can relate with right now during the pandemic. I mean, I think there's so many people, personally me too. Like I've never felt so alone before, and sometimes just going up and hugging someone, or just um, you know pat on the back, or just whatever. Again, like quality time and physical touch definitely um, go hand in hand a lot for people. But again, we're definitely curious to know your results too, to those that are watching, or if you disagree with us or just something, we're definitely curious to know. But what was the least love language you affiliated with, Macy?
The least, and I would say my most surprising result is words of affirmation with 3%, which is like non-existent. So I guess like I don't know. When I read a definition, it says a love language expresses love. It's a love language that expresses love with words. I guess like I don't really like seek, verbal compliments or like, oh, you look pretty. Oh, y- like you're amazing or I don't know. Like I guess I don't really care too much about that. Like I don't know. I just value more like just hanging out, quality time, hugs. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I mean, I'm like, okay, like thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was actually, it's funny, is physical touch and receiving gifts, but they were both equal to both being 13%. Um, it's funny because when it comes to gifts, when I want something, I'm just gonna go out and get it myself. I don't expect anyone else to, or I'm so meticulous, and I think anal about certain things, where it's just like, if it's not my way, then it's just no, which I think there could be a lot of issues there, yes. But that's just kind of how I am. I'm very OCD, and I'm very particular in like what I like. And I just don't want to put that like on other people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes
But
sense. No, same. Receiving gifts was like 10% for me. I
mhm.
don't know. I just like when I think of it, I just feel guilty. Like, I don't know why. Like, I
That
feel
too, yeah, like asking someone to go out of their way or just like yeah, you definitely feel more appreciation if you go out and buy something yourself and you work
exactly.
hard for it. But I
Mhm.
mean, no shame to anyone that, does like to receive gifts and all. It's just, I
Or
think
gift
definitely
gifts too.
exactly. It's
Yeah.
just, I think last thing we want is to have that materialistic mindset too, or just be very shallow with someone, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, it's nice too, though. Like, I remember all the times I've been given a gift, and it does make you feel special. And I really do appreciate that. Even if it's like, you know, getting like your favorite pastry from like a bakery, even small
Ours
things.
to call.
Exactly. Like, that is so cute. Like, I think that's cute, It just shows that someone really put the time and effort to think about you. So
Right.
I think it's cute. Yeah.
Oh, you bring up a good argument with that now, because it's like those little things I don't even think about. I
Right?
because I'm not in a relationship. That's another thing too, y'all. I'm like single. Macy's in a relationship, so that's kind of why we wanted to do this podcast with you all today, just to get different perspectives here too. Mhm,
Even something as a small eraser, I think those are cute too.
mhm.
Like, yeah, like I remember I got a cat eraser once, and it's because I love cats, and the fact that they just thought about that, it was like, wow,
I love
that's
that.
sweet.
I It's funny how you bring that up too, because um, a friend of mine was telling me, they're like, you should bring a gift for that special someone that you're gonna see on Sunday. And I'm like, we don't do gifts. That's just not our thing. And they're like, but it's Valentine's Day. You should. It's like all about that. And I was just like, we're going out and we're gonna spend quality time with each other. And we're gonna eat amazing food. That's enough for me. But of course, I think it's important to know like that's enough for them too, or just like it's there's a balance for both. So
Exactly.
yeah.
That's nice too. That's cute. That's really cute. So yeah, I guess this kind of leads to like our next question of like, what are some of your favorite ways to demonstrate love and gratitude towards someone?
Ooh. Need to think about that for a second. Dang, good question. Um,
Right? Like
I
how?
mean, I feel like I've kind of said, because we've talked about the 5 love languages already. Uh, I don't wanna cause any bias here because it's like everyone, has different preferences and, like, how they express their love for someone.
Mhm.
Um, but I think it's just, um, I think first not first impression, I don't know. Macy, does anything come to your mind? I still need to think about this.
I think it really ties into like my number one primary love language. Like that is how I show my love. It's like by holding someone's hand or like, ruffling through someone's hair or something. And even I think that kind of goes hand in hand with like spending quality time. Like if we're riding a scooter, I want to be on the scooter with you. Like like something like that is so fun for me. And like for me that's like showing my love. Like I want to be present with you. You
Right.
know, I want to be with you. So yeah, I think that's my number one. Like how I show love.
I think for me, this can actually tie in for like words of affirmation as well and quality time is just
Mm,
showing like active listening and empathy and care for someone.
mm,
um, I've noticed because just in society we're so, especially right now, our generation, we're so fast paced, and we're always thinking about like, okay, what do we have to do next? Or just even when we were in person, our lives as college students were just like we were on the go all the time, and just I feel like we never fully put our attention to something. We were constantly multitasking, or maybe that was just me, but just seeing just how the city life was versus now. Um, actually sitting there and listening to someone, looking at them face to face and eye contact too. Um, I think that really just means a lot already. Is showing care in someone, and then two, of course, um, throwing out some compliments too about them. Even just not criticizing them harshly, but just showing like ways, like if ways of improvement or anything, like if they want advice, is honesty and being truthful with each other. I think that really shows love and gratitude about someone that you truly care about. Mhm.
Oh my God, that is so beautiful. I love that. Yes, just being honest and just being like the person who you would want to be with, and setting that example. Like, that is a great way to show, love for sure. It's embodying all the values, all the
Right.
great values,
I
right?
think when it comes to love, no matter what your love language is, of course, again, I'm no expert here, but from what I've been told and like just things like we've talked about and stuff, it's like, yeah, communication's key, honesty, um, having interests of that's something too. But even but siblings, it's like we could be totally different, but I think um, just kind of going out of your way and just caring for each other still. I mean, um, but if y'all don't have siblings or if, like cousins, an animal, friends, food for Pete's sake, even just things, yeah, that we love. Yeah.
Right? No, that is so true. I feel like, yeah, you're right. Like, we all have I feel like we all have a little bit of these languages in us? It's
Mhm.
just a matter of, who it is, maybe, or like what the circumstances. Because if it were my sister, I mean, like me buying her things, especially since I'm like away, is like a great way to show that I love her or still think about her?
Even at work, I think, of course,
Hmm.
I want to be careful what I say because it's like I know everyone's in a different situation in the workplace right now. But again, showing like how you actually care about your coworkers or just being in a space where you can have that safe space, but also value different perspectives. And where am I going with this? I'm trying to think, but I'm just trying to think. I feel like you can just demonstrate love and gratitude wherever you go, really.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Literally wherever you go.
Mhm.
Um, that's a good one too. Like at the workplace too, there's so many ways in which you can demonstrate your gratitude and love, really. Giving it your all to, projects that you're working with coworkers. I mean, recently SLE sent us out like a cute little package with like candy and like water bottles. And for me, that's like a sign of gratitude.
I'm sure it's
Our shirts,
and
yes.
shout out to Senate for the water bottles. Thank you. Um, Another thing too that just comes to my mind is this podcast with you all.
Mhm.
Uh, Personally, I struggle with opening up about these things, but I love doing this with just Macy, and the marketing team once a week. And I mean, I'm definitely have learned a lot more about myself and interests just us having these weekly discussions, really. Um, and so again, we'd love to hear from you all too, like these kind of questions we're asking each other. If there's anything that comes to your mind, or if you'd want to come on a podcast and share, let us know.
Exactly. Please let us know. I mean, we love just doing little things like this, sparking up discussions because I mean, I don't know, like I don't talk about this in my classes. All of my classes are like business stuff. It's really cool to have a platform like this where we can really dive into topics we wouldn't have. So yeah, it's just a reminder to keep loving and, showing gratitude to the people you truly love. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Well, dang, we talked a lot today about love. I don't think I've ever really sat down and had like a long conversation about that with someone before. Um,
It's February.
yeah. um, well, then, should we take it away with announcements, Macy?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I can do the first one. So this is just targeting for USF students only. So the Center for Global Education invites you to register for sessions at this fair from February 16th through the 19th. Check out various study abroad opportunities, meet virtually with program representatives, and get all your questions about study abroad answered. Sign up for as many sessions as your schedule allows. Refer to this week's Phoenix newsletter for more details. Praying, y'all, if you're interested in studying abroad, especially you freshmen and sophomores, that you get to go. I definitely, unfortunately, I was supposed to study abroad last summer, but because of COVID, I don't need to go in depth with that. But I hear it really is like a once in a lifetime opportunity, and there's so many positive feedback I've heard from people, and I definitely encourage, even though I've never gone, something that all students should look into and just learn more about. Um, yeah.
True. I would be interested in figuring out how they're going to um, get this
Yeah,
WFR program going. I would be really interested. Yeah. So
and how
definitely.
different countries are um, monitoring the pandemic too, because it's like now that travel has become um, it's accessible again, but there's just a lot of safety protocols you have to follow.
Oh, that is true. Yeah. Oh my God. This is cool though. I mean, I'm glad they're kind of, we're getting the ball moving. Like,
Right.
sounds good. Yeah. So for our next announcement, do you identify as transgender, non-binary, or part of the gender diverse community? Come build connections with other trans and non-binary students at USF through uplifting and empowering conversations on gender expression and community. These sessions are facilitated by an undergraduate student intern for the Cultural Center, and this will all take place on Thursday, February 19th. Follow at CCUSFCA for all details.
So the last announcement we have for you all is come join CAB for their next video game night. Prizes include a portable projector, JBL Flip Bluetooth speaker, or a Nintendo Switch Lite. Don't forget to RSVP this week. Oh, and save the dates for Donnaroo 2021, March 10th and 11th. Follow at Cab Dawns for updates on artists and more. Macy, you want to take it away with an inspirational slash love quote for this
Yeah.
week?
So, for the quote of the day today, we have when we focus on our gratitude, the tide of disappointment goes out and the tide of love rushes in. And this is coming from Kirsten Armstrong. So, thank you for that amazing quote, Kristen. That's really beautiful.
Well, thank
My,
you all. And this has been activity time. Woo!
thank you all.
Peace.